Well, hi everyone. Thank you for jumping on. Welcome to this live video. It's Wilma here, coming to you live from the south of Spain. I hope everybody's well. And welcome to episode 5 of a series of live videos I'm doing with some of my networking friends. And today I'm going to be joined by a guy called Rico Grandi, and I've invited Rico, so I'm just waiting on him coming in here. Until he does, I'll just tell you a little bit about how I've met Rico. Rico and I are part of the same team, the same business. We both have our independent online businesses, but we're part of the larger team, if you like. So I met Rico maybe a year and a half ago, something like that. Yeah, I can see Rico's here, so he's coming in a second. So I met Rico about a year and a half ago, and I'm going to bring him on now. I'm really excited about this video. Let me just see if I press the button. Let's see, approve. Let's see if this works. 5th time. Let's see. Adding. Is he coming? It's flashing. Yes!
Hi Vilma, do you hear me?
I can hear you. Can you hear me?
I can hear very well.
Thank you. Well, welcome, Rico. Nice to see you.
Thanks for inviting me. It's
You're
always a pleasure.
You're very welcome. Now, Rico, before we go any further, before we get into this, there's one thing I need to do. So just bear with me.
All right. Let's see what it is.
1 second. 1 second. Oops, hang on. Hang on. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Rico. Happy birthday to you. Now, are you ready? Go. Yes!
That's good. But you're eating the cake. You're eating the cake.
I know. If I could send it through to you, I would. But, you know, I chose chocolate for a reason, Rico. I chose chocolate for a reason because I knew I'd be eating it.
Well, enjoy it. Enjoy it.
I will. Now, listen, happy birthday, and thank you so much for spending a wee bit of your birthday with us tonight.
Thanks so very much, Vilma.
You're welcome. So, Rico, before we kick off, before we get started on this little fun interview we're having, I've got 3 quick fire questions to ask you, if you don't mind. And
go ahead.
I'll start with the first one. Rico, are you an early bird or a night owl?
Well, it depends. It depends. It depends what is what we have to do. But I tend more to be a night owl.
Really interesting. Yes. You're the first night owl I've had.
Yes, definitely. I like the night. I like to work at night. It's calm, and it's for me. I'm more creative at night. Although I have to work also during the day, but for me, for being creative and everything, it's better in the night.
In the nighttime. Brilliant.
Especially in the winter when the chimney's on and you have maybe a little glass of wine, so it's nice. I like the night.
Yeah, you're a night guy. Brilliant. Second question, Rico, you're going on a vacation. Is it a beach or is it a city? What would you choose?
Definitely a beach. Definitely Brilliant. A beach. Definitely.
Have you got a favorite beach you've been to? Is there one that you could recommend to us that's one of your favorites?
Well, actually, your coast is just wonderful. Our Costa del Sol, it's brilliant. We have one of the best beaches. Of course, for people that like to surf and kite, we have the Tarifa. We have the Atlantic side, which is about, from your place, about to 3 hours maybe from my place, 1.5. So we have the Mediterranean and we have the Atlantic and we have Portugal. So we are very
Yeah.
lucky to have three kinds of seas, you know.
Yeah, yeah, we're blessed in that department. Great. And the third and final question, Rico. On said vacation, would you choose pizza or pasta?
Definitely pasta.
Oh, okay. A particular favorite?
Oh, yes, of course. Pasta carbonara.
Really?
Absolute favorite.
And sometimes a carbonara can be a hit or a miss, you know?
As a matter of fact, my old dad always said, if you want to try a new restaurant, Italian restaurant, ask for two dishes. First is pasta pesto, and second is pasta carbonara. And then you can really see if the cook is Italian or not.
Oh, now I'm just going to write that down. Carbonaro and pesto. That's the trick you use to find out if you've got a good chef
Exactly.
in the kitchen.
Because the pesto
Excellent.
seems so easy, but it's not. And the carbonara is also, it has to be done very, very, very well.
Just so
Yeah,
cool.
you have to have all the ingredients, and you have to have all the right pasta, and you know.
Yeah, yeah,
Not
and you
easy.
just got to get the pasta right. No, I can
But
imagine
you know
it's
that,
not right.
but you know that most of the simple things sometimes seem to be simple, but they're very, very hard to do sometimes.
To create. Yeah.
Yes.
No. Yeah, I get that. Okay. Hi, Hazel. Thanks for jumping on. Nice to see you here. So, Rico, for the purpose of my audience, because you guys all know all about you, could you just give us a little bit about your story, where you're from, your background, and we'll kick off with that, please.
Okay. Long story, pretty simple and short. My mother is German, my father Italian. I have been born in Beirut, Lebanon. My father was working for the Hilton Company. I have been raised in more or less, I think, 11 countries. So I have been living in Arabic places, in Jewish places, in German places. And now, in 1988, I decided to move on with the tradition of traveling. So I went to Spain, 1988. And my job was, and still is, partially, maybe we could talk about later because it's partially, I was working 30 years for the German Tennis Federation. So I had the big luck and the privilege to work with some of the best athletes of all time. Not directly work, but because I was working in the academy where names like Steffi Graf were, Arantxa Sanchez, Boris Becker, and all the elite of the German tennis. It was a big privilege for me to just work with the highest levels of sports. And beside of that, 15 years ago, I started with martial arts, and 5 years ago, I got my black belt. So I always was involved with sports, and that is basically my story. I'm married 20 years with a Spanish woman, living in the countryside, loving the countryside, just cultivating avocados, oranges, and so basically it's very very simple. I love sports. I love connecting with people. I love to stay healthy as far as I can, and I love nature. So nature is my religion, and so all summed up, I'm a pretty happy person.
Yeah, well, you certainly sound like it, Rico, for sure. And
Even
you
if I
know
look
something,
very serious, a lot of people tell me don't look so, laugh sometimes, you know. But I'm a very happy person.
you're happy inside. That's
Absolutely,
important.
absolutely.
Hi, Karen. Nice to see you here.
Hi, Karen.
I think Rico, you are probably, no, I think you probably are the most international person I know with
Really?
your background, you know, and you, how many languages do you speak?
Well, Spanish was my last one, and it was the fifth one. So as you can, as I explained before, I had the big privilege through to my parents to learn in different languages in a very early stage of my life. So it was actually a gift that I received, you know, and a present. And when you're a little boy, you're like a sponge. So you know, it's German, of course, from my mother's side, Italian father's side, English, of course, is a must, and then French because of the school. So there are my 5 languages.
Yeah, brilliant. So not only are you well-traveled and international, you clearly have an ear for languages, and you're this sportsman. So, you know, I
Yes,
don't think I've got all these three. I don't think I've got one friend that's got all these 3 things under
yes,
their
but
belts.
I must admit, in school, I had to repeat some classes because I was very bad in physics, chemistry, and mathematics was just like, you know, fooling around a little bit. But yeah, languages always were my biggest goal and my biggest advantage. And with sports, of course, I have been grown into sports, and this is my better sides. But
Yeah.
you know,
And
so
yeah, and talking about sports, you know, with the company that we both work with PM International, with the FitLine products, you know, I was reading recently, the Winter Olympics have just finished, and there was 68 athletes that won medals are actually FitLine users. That's
exactly.
incredible.
Yeah,
So
and I think the Paralympics even more. They are around 80%.
wow. No, I didn't
Mm.
know that about the Paralympics. So why, Rico, why aren't all these over 2,000 professionals, sportsmen and women that we know of that use FitLine products every single day, why are they using FitLine and not using something else? What is it that is so special about FitLine in the sports field?
Well, first of all, for the people that are watching and listening to our video tonight, I must say, if you have a very professional athlete, um, it's like I always say, it's like a president, okay? And the president has a bunch of bodyguards, and around these bodyguards is a big infrastructure. So when something comes to the president, is really tested, retested, rechecked. So imagine a person like, for example, Nadal or Steffi Graf. They have a big crew of doctors, uh, physicians, people that are checking a lot of products, what would fit best to an athlete. So if we can think about that, you said about over 60% of these top athletes are using FitLine product. That means that they have to pass through a team filter of professional first. So imagine how good this product must be to get to the top athlete. Okay, so maybe just to make a long story short, it's because they're good, because they're really good and they're efficient, and then they also are on the Cologne list, which for a top athlete is very important. The Cologne list for the people that don't know what it is, it's a list that specifies the doping and the non-doping product. Okay, so which is very important, and the FitLine products are on the Cologne list, so they are allowed, and they give the athlete a higher performance without being tested positive of doping. So we talked about top athletes, right? So I think that's the reason why FitLine products are so effectful, right? And
Yeah. Yeah, and we know that well, you and I know because we use the products, and I am certainly not an athlete, but you know, they're not only are they for athletes, for people like me. You know, you're a professional
and
sports
me,
person, and you, but the thing is, we know that these products give us energy. We know that these products help in the recovery time with athletes when they're doing their performance. you know, because that's equally as important to have the energy to do the sport, whatever their discipline is, but also they need to recover. And we know that these products
Exactly.
help so many ways.
As a
You know,
matter of
you've
fact,
got some experience.
maybe our generation might knew a tennis player called Bjorn Borg. He always said, when you reach a certain level, it's not about tennis. I could also talk about Michael Jordan, Tiger Woods, or name it. When you are in these top levels, it's not important how hard you train. It's important how good you recover.
Right.
This is
Okay.
very important because in the case of tennis, you can play 5, 6, 7 rounds, depends on the tournament, and most of the top players, they play an average of 2 to 4 hours. So if they have to play in 2 days, they have to recover. Professionals, cyclists, Tour de France, Giro d'Italia, whatever, they ride almost between 250 and 300 kilometers a day. So they have to recover. They have to recover. So for a top athlete, it's important to practice, but it's more important to recover.
Yeah, and use the right products to
Exactly.
enhance that recovery and to give you strength and energy and all the stamina that you need to perform.
Exactly.
And we know, I mean, I don't know about you, but I kind of focus on a few products that we use in FitLine, like the Optimal Set, which is our vitamins and our minerals every day. But I believe everyone should have that.
Absolutely.
But there's so many other products that we have, nearly 100 products that that people can look at, and we've got proteins and we have health bars and we have so many other things that boost the immune system. We have beauty products, you know, for your skin and enhance your hair and your nails. I mean, there's so much, but the optimal set, the basic set, is just marvelous. You know,
No, it's absolutely, it's absolutely. I was just like the last day I was writing down what the optimal set actually. The optimal set, for people that don't know, is actually equivalent to 1.5 kilo vegetables and fruits, right? And this is a daily proportion, or the daily portion we take. So what is very important is that, as we all know, we need a kind of we have to be consistent, right? And nowadays, the food that we eat now, it's not the same food we ate 30 years ago, you know, because the quality and everything. So I think that this product is excellent, and we don't have to forget, Vilma, that FitLine has got a very special license, a patent, which is the nutritional transfer concept. And it's not like written down somewhere. It's like Coca-Cola or Pepsi-Cola, let's say some names, have their formula to create their drink, and it's very secret. Well, PM International FitLine has got that secret. And what does this natural transport concept say? That it goes faster to your cells. It is more efficient. And I was writing down last day, and I was calculating that if you buy all the products separate, maybe you have a product that have a few things combined. First of all, you would spend a lot of money every month, and secondly, the cupboard would be full. Yes. And in this case, you have only one sachet, or you have, you know, and everything is complete. That's why it's called optimal set, right? And this is very important. And what we have to point out as well, Vilma, is that not only for top athletes, as you well said before, it's like for people, for you and me, people who wants to stay healthy. So it's a question of philosophy of life that you want to have, and the results are incredible. The results are incredible.
Yeah, we hear so many, we've got so many testimonies, and we hear them from our team, we hear them from our customers that buy them from us. And we think, wow, it's just wonderful when you hear someone saying, for example, Anna, our colleague Anna, her mother's story, that she had the arthritis and she could not open and close her fist. Now, this lady is in her, I think, if I remember rightly, her sort of mid to late 70s, and she struggled for a long time. And after a couple of weeks using the optimal set consistently, now, I mean, every single day, it's just part of your daily routine. You take it every morning and you take it every night, and that's it. She was being able to do that in a short period of time. It's amazing.
And I must say also in my case, because I think it's also very important. In my case is 2 years ago they just extract my thyroid, which is one of the most important organs that we have, because it just regulates the metabolism of the whole body. Okay, it regulates if you're tired or if you are hungry. So it's a very important organ that we have. So I had to readjust my diet before I was taking FitLine. I was taking externally 1 gram calcium and vitamin D, of course, externally, because my body couldn't retain the calcium. So if you don't have calcium in your body just doesn't work. It doesn't work. So calcium, very important. Vitamin D, very important. Then 2020, I got COVID, the alpha version, without vaccine. So I was about 1 week pretty heavy stuff. I didn't go to hospital, luckily, but it was heavy stuff. And a few days later, my optimal set pack came. And it took me about 10 days, and I was just in a perfect physical state, so that I had to, how you say it, I was, when you give away your blood, how you call it, Wilma, in English? When you, donation.
A donation, that's the word, yeah.
Exactly.
Like,
so
yeah.
my IgG and my IgM were so high that I donated blood for people that were in the hospital. So
wow.
That was my first experience with FitLine. And I said, and then we had, between the lockdown and people sick all around, and we couldn't. So that was unbelievable. That was my personal testimonial that I had. And taking it a few months, so my endocrinologist said, listen, your results are so good, we have to go down with the extern calcium. We drop it from 1 gram to 500 milligram, and we have to drop also the thyroxine that I have to take. So what I'm talking about is that these products had effect, right? So that was very important to me. Okay, I know people that, for example, can't sleep very well. With the Restorate, with the optimal set, that they have a very good rest. I know people that have stomach problems, and suddenly they don't have it anymore or less. People have more energy, or the intestines are working better. So it's everybody is a planet. So
and just say hi to Katie and hi to Claudia for jumping on. Nice to see you here.
Hi.
What I was going to say was, it's important that we say to everyone that this is a kind of caveat here, that FitLine is not going to cure
absolutely not
disease or anything like that. But what we're saying is it can help. It can help to improve your situation, like yourself, what you're just saying, digestion and things like that. And we've spoken about arthritis, less pain, people with energy, people, excuse me, with stomach problems, sleep deprivation. For me, was a huge one, going through the menopause and all that fun stuff that goes with it. I mean, the Restorate for me, which aids sleep, just the whole thing, Rico, it's
exactly.
holistic, isn't it? It's holistic.
Yeah.
It's not.
Yeah, absolutely.
And that's what I think is so good about this, what we're saying about these products, because they're natural, because it's holistic, because they're effective, because they're safe, and they actually work. And the only way people can find out that is, don't listen to us, try it, try it for
Absolutely.
yourself.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah. I mean, I had a meeting yesterday with a person, and it was like the same story that you said, more or less same age, and all we have our problems, the bones are aching, and the ligaments, and especially when you made a lot of sports, you stand in the morning and you feel like, a bulldozer is driven over you. And so also for these problems, FitLine has got a solution. And what is very important is that what you said, Vilma, is the absolute will to want to be healthy. Okay, that's the will. As it's completely correct what you say. If you take any product or FitLine product and the next day you eat 12 donuts and you eat hamburgers and you sit in the couch, well, it's not a miracle.
Yeah.
It's not a miracle. So you have to have a good base. You have to stay healthy. And what this product does is definitely improve your metabolism. It improves, especially in my case, every 4 months, I have to make blood samples, and I make a large one, 3 pages, and the results are stunning. I never had this kind of results. So if I had the sheet here, I would show to you the difference between now and 1 year ago. So it's like unbelievable, right? So it's a state of mind. It's the way of life. I think that it's very important because we still are young, and very important also is to know that our metabolic system is built up in the intestines. If they are working well, we can absorb much better the food, and and when we do things right now, maybe the bill will not be so high at the end.
Yes.
I don't know if you understand what I'm saying.
I understand completely what you say, and I think it's true. You touched on something there, Rico, when you said we're young. Okay, we're both in our 50s, and excuse me. Well, my mother passed away when she was 53, and I'm thinking, goodness, for me to be 57, and feeling so good, and I think for me, when I started to get involved in this, I was thinking, the rest of my life, I want it to be the best. I want to be the best version of me physically. I want to enjoy my mother never got to enjoy the second half of her life. So I want to be able to do that and enjoy it, and be able to enjoy it, to be fit, to be healthy, to be happy, to be at peace with myself. And I believe these products, because of this holistic approach to how they've made me feel, that I just feel calm and relaxed, and everything works. Do you get where I'm coming
Absolutely.
from?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
I don't want
it's a mindset.
It is also, it comes in the mindset, that the health side. And I guess people really need to be thinking, do I want to be the best version of myself, or do I just want to keep going along the road as I am, and then get to the end of the road maybe a bit sooner than they wanted to? I certainly don't want to get to the end of the road anytime soon.
It's absolutely the choice of everybody to have his own mindset. For me, I just found that I feel better, and we have just an unbelievable company And what I love about this company also is not, I mean, we have around the world a lot of companies, okay, but what is very special about this company is the infrastructure, the studies they make, the research they make, and being 30 years on the market, I mean, it's good. And it's made in Germany and everything. I'm half German. I know how it is. They all has to be very correct, all has to be very well done. And, you know, the shipping is perfect. The contact to the people is perfect. So the whole infrastructure and the possibilities, not only as a user, but also as a person who would like to work with FitLine, is also so easy, well made. It's so easy. You just, you know, you put your time, you put your will. You don't have to sell because, like you said before, it's your testimony. Your face is talking, your state of mind is talking, and you're doing good. You're doing good. So that's why the whole thing is so good. It's so interesting. It's a very interesting market.
Yeah, no, and that's the thing. I mean, because there are a minefield of companies out there selling health supplements, and you would be bamboozled almost to think, where do I go? What do I choose? You know, you see it on the TV, you see it in magazines, you hear it on or see it on social media, like as also. So, I mean, I think for me, certainly, if I'm going to put anything into my body, I want to make sure it's the best.
Absolutely.
You know? And
Absolutely.
I think
no,
we
you know
know.
what is funny, because I've got a few months ago, I spoke to someone. Imagine we have the World Cup, soccer World Cup, Vilma. You know, the men are getting crazy with the World Soccer. You know, imagine we
Don't
have
know what.
imagine we have a World Cup, and suddenly your TV breaks down. Can you imagine how fast a man goes to buy a new TV? Very fast. In
Yeah,
Germany, it's statistically is men or people generally are spending more oil for their cars as in good olive oil to eat. What does this tell us? That people
really.
are just not thinking about good quality, all right? What means good quality? You can have a normal phone, but if you want to have a very good phone, you have to spend the double. And this is the same thing here. We have class A product. Top athletes take the products. There must be a reason, Wilma. There must be a reason. Because there
Yeah,
are top products. End of story. There's no way else to go. So if
yeah,
your health isn't worth, do it. Just as simple as that.
yeah. And that's the thing. I mean, and actually, I think when you, depending on where people are watching from, depending where your currency is, it's round about €4 a day, I guess, give or take,
Yeah.
for two drinks, for the vitamins in the morning and the minerals at night. So it's about €4 a day, let's say, which is like what, a couple of cups of coffee a day. But then there'll be some people
Or
would
maybe,
prefer.
or maybe a packet of cigarettes.
Rico, not even that. Who was I? Somebody I was speaking to said they were standing behind someone in the queue in a supermarket in Scotland, and I think the guy bought 10, I don't know, 20, whatever the mark, and it was like £11 something for 20 cigarettes.
Unbelievable.
I couldn't afford to smoke. No, you
No, no,
couldn't
no, no.
afford.
It's unbelievable. No,
Yeah.
it's
So
unbelievable. So everybody must make the choice. Of course, being involved in so many years in sports, I have always been related with relatively fit people, the mindset they have, and of course, you know, the bones suffer, of course, but generally the mindset is good, okay, because they want to stay healthy, they love to be healthy, and they just the mindset is important here. That's why we are talking today about all these elements of professional people that are taking the product. There must be a reason why. No, I'm really very proud of being part of this, because it's very interesting, very interesting.
Yeah, and that you're right. You've just hit the nail on the head there, Rico, when you said proud, because I know everyone that is involved in the business is so proud to be part of PM International, because we know we have a great product. We know we have a company that has great morals and great standards, and the fact that we've just donated 1 million euros to the Ukrainian aid relief, and we've also been bringing refugees over. I mean, this is another topic, but bringing over, so that's not just, it's not all about selling a product or recommending a product to someone. There's a whole heap of other stuff going on with our company that is just great corporate social responsibility, and I so love that. I so love that.
Absolutely, absolutely.
So Rico, you've got a birthday to enjoy now. You've got something. Are you going to do something fun now, or you've got plans for this evening?
We already did it. We already did it. I had an incredible, very nice plate of pasta in the Italian restaurant, and of course
carbonara,
I had. Well, no, it was more like vongole kind of thing. And I had my sea balance with me, and so it was very nice. So now it's really, you know, calm down and relax the day, and then
chill out.
Just chill out. Exactly.
Well, I tell you what I'm going to do for your birthday. I'm going to enjoy your birthday cake. Else I could jump in the car and bring it over to you, but I think it might melt by the time I get there.
We will one day. We will one day.
This has been in my fridge all afternoon, and every time I go, thankfully it was wrapped up. You know how they wrap them up here in Spain, in the little sort of bag and the little thing. And I thought, oh, when am I going to take that out? And I thought, oh, it smells delicious. But I can have that later. Well, Rico, thank you so much for joining me, especially on your birthday.
You're welcome. Don't worry, you're welcome.
No, and guys, if anybody got value from this, please let us know. Give us a thumbs up, give us a love heart. If you know anybody that could get value from this video, please share it. And if you need any information, contact Rico or contact myself, whether you're interested in the products or whether you're interested in joining our team. We would love to chat with you. And you know, we're here at any time to give you advice, give you help, suggest things to you. If you've got any problems you need solutioned health-wise, FitLine has a product for you. And with that, Rico, my love, I'm going to go and wish you another happy birthday, and I will see you real soon.
Thanks very much. Enjoy your cake, and I hope to see you soon. Thanks for the invitation.
You're welcome.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye. Bye-bye.
Bye.